Good afternoon, people. Duty Ron here, back again with a live video. Breaking news as of 2 p.m. So it's almost 5 o'clock. So 3 hours ago, I wouldn't consider it breaking news, but for me it is. I just got home from helping out a family member doing some things, and I looked at the news and I saw that there was a helicopter that crashed into a high-rise building here in New York City. Hello, Nabul. Good to see you. Griff, good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well with you. Hello, Bellamia. Good to see you. Hello, Candace. Good to see you, Candace. Thank you so much for joining. So yeah, we have a helicopter crash, lands on a building over at 787 7th Avenue. That's on 7th Avenue and about 51st Street. Close to the East River. And a helicopter pilot obviously was having trouble and crash landed on the top of a high rise. So good to see you. Good afternoon, Meg. Good to see you. Hope everyone's doing well. Sandy A7, good to see you. Thank you for joining. For those of you that are new, hello, Betty. Good to see you, Betty. Doc is in the building. Good to see you, Dylan. Thank you for joining. For those of you who are new and don't know me, hi, Amy. Hello, Meg. I am Duty Ron, retired NYPD detective. I am covering a lot of cases here on YouTube, crime-related, and also tips on how to keep yourself safe on the internet and things of that nature. But this is a breaking news story. I work in Midtown, but on the East Side. Still scary hearing that. I agree, Bella. We all think about 9/11. We think about the September 11th terrorist attack, and it makes us a little uneasy. But I'm here to reassure you guys today that this is a situation of an accident. I'm going to play a little clip for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to wait for a couple more people to come on in. It shouldn't be buffering, Bella. I got a good connection here. I'm on my home Wi-Fi. So if it's buffering for you, just go out and then come on back in. Go back and then come on back in. Yes, good to see you too, Kim. I'm glad that you're here. Guys, if you don't mind, please invite onto social media, invite your followers, share it out onto Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you have it, and share it out. Great connection. Excellent. Okay, so let me just look real quick. Let me just look at the stream and see if it... Okay, everything looks good. Everything looks good. So I'm going to share it on Twitter real quick with you guys. And then we are going to go to a live press conference that just ended a short time ago with the New York City mayor. We'll go to a live press conference and I'll show you everything that's current, right up to date as of right now. Hi, Granny Doe. Good to see you. No buffering. Yeah, it shouldn't be buffering, guys. So let me tweet. Let me do a little tweet. Tweet. And then we're going to talk about this. This is a situation that may have people a little bit on edge. Hello, Clancy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hi, Shay61. Good to see you, Shay61. Thank you. All right, so I just shared onto Facebook and to Twitter. Excellent. Okay, let's go to the clip. Good afternoon. Great to see you. Guys, if you're new, let me know where you're watching from, your city and your state, and I'll give you a quick shout out. Yeah, give the video a thumbs up. If you're not following me, subscribe to the channel right here, actually right there. Give me some comments in the comment section and we can have a conversation going forward. But this was a straight out helicopter pilot that was having trouble. He radioed to the tower. I spoke to my friend in the NYPD, and he said there is no... hello from Tennessee. Good to see you. My friend in the NYPD said, thank you, Kim. Thank you. I appreciate that. My friend in the NYPD said there's no foul play here. It's just a simple, not simple, but it's just a situation where a pilot was having trouble. It's very cloudy, and it's a rainy day today. Very cloudy, overcast day. Good to see you, Roy. Hello, Alabama, Arab, Alabama, Chicago, Illinois, Austin, Texas. Good to see you, Cornwall, the United Kingdom. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Simply Deb from Eastern Tennessee. Great to see you. Let's look at the videotape. Let's go to this. Let's go to the videotape. Stand by, folks. Give me 2 seconds. Stand by, folks. All right, hold on a second, guys. It's not what I want to do. This is what I want. This is what I wanted. Little technical difficulties. All right, this is it right here.
A very troubling incident this afternoon here in Manhattan. Helicopter crashed into a building here. I want to say the most important thing first. There is no indication at this time that this was an act of terror, and there is no ongoing threat to New York City based on all the information we have right now. I've checked in with the fire department, police department, and buildings department. There is no danger of any kind to New Yorkers at this point. And what I'm going to tell you and what my colleagues are going to tell you is all preliminary information. I'm going to emphasize to everyone a full investigation is going on, but we have only preliminary information at this point in time. But what we do know is that one person died in this helicopter crash. That person is presumed to be the pilot, but we are still waiting for absolute confirmation of that fact. There does not appear to have been any passenger in the helicopter, but again, we're waiting for absolute confirmation of that fact. We do not know the cause of this incident. I'm sure you're going to all want to ask that. We do not know the cause, but again, we have no indication that there was any terror nexus here. There were no other injuries that we know of at this point in time to anyone in the building or on the ground. And I want to just say, thank God for that. This could have been a much worse incident. And thank God no other people were injured in this absolutely shocking, stunning incident. I want to lastly say that the first responders performed an extraordinary effort here. I want to thank the fire department, police department, everyone, all the buildings department, all the agencies that responded here, OEM, everybody. This was a very challenging situation. You're going to hear from the commissioner, a fire on the roof that had to be dealt with immediately. FDNY did an exceptional job in addressing the situation and ensuring that everyone would be safe. With that, I want to turn to our fire commissioner, Dan Nigro.
Yes, at 1:43 this afternoon, we received a call through 911 that this helicopter had crashed on the roof of this building. Our units, local units, responded in a little over 4 minutes. Members of the fire department, members of the police department made their way to the roof. We were able to put water on the fire quite quickly. Unfortunately, we did find a victim with the helicopter who, as the mayor stated, we presume was the pilot. That is the only victim of this crash. The fire has been extinguished. There was some amount of fuel leaked, which we've mitigated. And right now, the building is safe. We haven't reoccupied it. The building management had begun a complete evacuation of the building. That was ongoing as we arrived. And members of the fire department, the police department will remain on scene and await the arrival of NTSB and other agencies.
Police Commissioner Jimmy O'Neill.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. So at 1:43 this afternoon, the first 911 calls came in reporting a crash, a fire at top 787 7th Avenue, which is right across the street. That's a 54-story office building. Emergency personnel responded, as Dan Nigro said, very quickly, and FDNY personnel put out the fire. At this point, we have one confirmed fatality, and the individual, as Dan said, is believed to be the pilot of a privately owned helicopter. What we know is that approximately 1:32 this afternoon, the helicopter took off from the 34th Street heliport, and about 11 minutes later, crashed on the roof across the street from where we are now. Right now, our Detective Bureau, our Intelligence Bureau, the FBI, are working with the FAA and the NTSB to gather additional info On the pilot, we believe we tentatively identified the aircraft, the flight path, and its owner. Don't have too much more. As we said, that's a preliminary, and at this point, take some questions. Take a few questions. Josh, hold on. Josh.
When you say it's a privately owned helicopter, can you get a cooler helicopter, or is it some other, what function it serves in private?
Yeah, right. Tentatively, we have it as executive travel. All right? Yes.
Do you know where it was headed at all?
No, we don't. We think it was going back to its home airport in Linden, New Jersey, but we're not sure. Again, it's preliminary.
Commissioner, why was that helicopter in the air in weather like this?
Not sure. That's part of the investigation.
Was this the pilot? Was he the owner operator of the helicopter?
No, he doesn't appear to be the owner. We have him preliminarily identified, but it's not confirmed yet. And of course, we are looking out for his family too.
Were there any distress calls or anything before the night?
That's part of the investigation to see if there was any contact made with air traffic control. Hold on. Right back there.
Aside from the weather, was there other reasons why they didn't mind? Is there so close to Trump Tower, and I know that airspace is not...
Yeah, there's a TFR there. That's a temporary flight restriction, and we're checking into that now too.
And to be clear, just to finish this, that to go into that area, a helicopter would need the approval of LaGuardia Tower, and we need to find out if that happened or not here. We do not know at this point.
Did any debris fall from the roof that hit the parapets, sidewalk, below?
Dan, I don't know if you have
No,
that.
so far, we got some fall onto a setback on the building, but not to the street.
Commissioner, can you speak to the complexity of
Hold on, one at a time. Hold on. All right.
can you speak to the complexity of this response in the weather? You had a fire, nobody really knew what was coming.
I just want to start. The firefighters had to deal with a fire well above the 50th story, which is extraordinarily difficult under any circumstance and in the middle of this weather. So FDNY did an extraordinary job today. Dan.
I think quickly getting up there, using the building elevators, pumping water over 700 feet requires special hose, special pumpers, which we have available. They were put to good use today, and the members got those lines as quickly as possible up to that roof and put this fire out, which was a great accomplishment by the members. And
Commissioner, was there any radio contact between the helicopter? Hold on.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
People that Uber are offering a helicopter service in the city.
Oh, you're gonna have to say that again.
Is this actually going to impact the decision by Uber to offer...
Wow, okay, that's
We don't
preliminary.
know.
Way too
We don't
early.
know. We don't
Okay.
We'll talk about the fire.
We don't know that, Henry. We don't know. That's what we're trying to confirm, if they had any contact with LaGuardia Tower or any other entity.
All right, as we get updates, we'll make them available. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Right.
All right, guys. So that's it. That was the latest from around 4 o'clock today. So that's the latest at 4 o'clock Eastern. So it's just about a little bit over an hour ago. That's the news. You see the FDNY, the Office of Emergency Management, the New York City Mayor's Office, the NYPD, all work together in this type of situation. The pilot has been deceased. That's been confirmed. The helicopter was privately owned, landed on the top of that location, and they dispatched immediately our fire, our emergency service, the EMS, the NYPD, Office of Emergency Management. The city of New York is we train for this stuff on a regular basis. Salam, my brother in Saudi Arabia. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. New York City has the finest police department, the finest fire department, and all of emergency services. Our doctors, our nurses, they are all professionally trained and have high volume. They see high volume of emergency calls. So I can tell you that Guy and Jackie, good to see you. Vegas Ghost Girls, thank you for joining. Our New York City Police Department, our fire department, our emergency medical squad are trained for this type of situation. They immediately went to the location, assessed the situation, got the fire out on the roof, evacuated the surrounding buildings. There is no act of terrorism, and immediately got out a news conference. As you see, it's professional, it's concise, it's clear, it's right to the point. So I think we're good to go in regards to any act of terrorism. Everything is fine. Everything is fine, April. So if you didn't see the video from the beginning, come back in and watch the replay on my video. If you are not, thank you, Deidre. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please watch the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave me some comments in the comment section. All of the emergency responders did a fine job in this situation. I watched quite a bit of video from this scene before I went live, and the FDNY and the NYPD, they train unbelievable for this type of stuff. The pilot was the only one who passed away, April. Nobody on the ground, nobody in the building, and everybody inside the surrounding buildings are safe. Everybody is safe at this time. You're welcome, Yvette. So I wanted to get the information out there because I saw a lot of people going live and talking about a lot of different things. There is no act of terrorism. It is an accident. It's a terrible accident. My heart and my prayers go out to the victim, the pilot's family. We don't have confirmation on who the pilot is. Hello, Maureen. Good to see you. Pilot has been deceased. The aircraft was landed on the top of a high-rise building. I believe it was 51-story building, and the pilot has passed away. So my prayers and hearts go out to his family, and condolences to the pilot. So that's about all I have for you guys. If anybody has any questions, I'll take a quick 2-minute Q&A. If you have any questions, throw them in the comment, and I'll try to answer your questions the best I can. But this seems to be pretty straightforward, ladies and gentlemen. A helicopter that was privately owned. We have inclement weather. It's very cloudy, very rainy. Had some type of trouble right immediately after he took off from the heliport, and he had to make a crash landing, emergency landing on a rooftop, and he did unfortunately lose his life. It could have happened anywhere. Exactly, Mahid. You're right. You're right. So I just wanted to clear up any misconceptions. Thank you, KOL. Thank you, KOL, for those kind words. It's okay. No worries. No worries. It's okay about the comment. Don't worry about the punctuation. Hello, Rose. Good to see you. Denise, great to see you. He crash landed on the roof because that was the safest place he could have put the helicopter down. He didn't want to probably put it down in the middle of Fifth Avenue or 7th Avenue, and he took a rooftop. It was probably something very, very, very severe that happened quickly, and a lot more people could have lost their lives if he crashed into the side of the building. So he did the best that he could in my summation of the whole situation. Good to see you, Nabul. Thank you for joining. Sounds like maybe a helicopter electrical, perhaps. Jennifer, the NTSB, National Transportation Safety Board, is on the scene. The FDNY and the NYPD crime scene investigators, the detectives, and the forensics team is on scene right now. This will be a thorough investigation by the feds, the state, and the local. So the NTSB is our federal partner. The New York City Police Department and the state police, they'll all be involved in this investigation. There's already been a tweet from Governor Mario Cuomo in regards to the situation, sending out his thoughts and prayers to the pilot and his family. So it is all good in the neighborhood. Nobody can stop anybody from traveling anywhere, but they will. Our State Department has put out a severe travel alert for the Dominican Republic, Mahid. So yeah, it is. But that's not the topic of this. But I'm answering you because you're my friend. But I'm not going to go off topic here. Sounds like this pilot's a hero. He did the best that he could, Jennifer. Preliminarily, he seems to be a hero at this point. We'll see when the investigation unfolds. I will give you guys an update tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern. I will come back live at 11 p.m. unless there's breaking news in regards to this. And I'll give you any additional information at 11 p.m. Eastern. So I appreciate everybody hanging out in the chat. I'm going to end the video right now. That's the last of it. I'm not going to play the video over again. Let me just see if there's anything extra. Hold on a second. Give me 2 seconds, people. Hold on a second. Let's see if there's anything extra. Okay, 22 minutes ago, I'm going to play this. Aviation expert. It's going to be a project to get the helicopter off the roof. All right, let's take a look at, let me take a look at this footage for you guys. Stand by. Let's look at this, guys. Let's look at this for a moment.
No one.
You're welcome, Top Cop. My pleasure. Okay, Ren. See you later.
And the firefighters been watching aviation for some time now, and he's our aviation expert this afternoon. Al, got a question for you. If I were to tell you that if a chopper crashed in Midtown Manhattan on a gray and rainy day, and only the pilot died when he crashed on top of a roof, and the firefighters knocked the fire down within 4, 5, 6 minutes, something like that, and no one else was hurt, and no debris rained down on the street, what's your reaction to hearing that?
Well, from what I've heard so far, okay, he took off on 34th Street. We've got a weather problem, low visibility, low ceiling. We need to, what needs to be done is check into the qualifications of the pilot and the aircraft. My immediate reaction is disorientation after taking off, after leaving 34th Street, and then he was intending to go down, probably go down the river towards Statue of Liberty. But once he got into the clouds, depending on his qualifications and depending on the instrumentation in the helicopter, may have got disoriented, and the only thing he probably could see was the building. Too late, he hit it, and the aircraft did not, disintegrate enough to where it started sending debris out. Very lucky, because normally no traffic will go across the city like that.
Right. I think you make an important point, Al, because disorientation could very well be it. When you look at it, 34th Street's in Midtown. Linden, New Jersey is south of the Statue of Liberty, kind of equal to the top part of Staten Island. And here he is in Midtown, 51st, 52nd Street at 7th Avenue. What on earth is he doing all the way over there?
Right. Once he took off, he probably, again, we got to check his qualifications and see what kind of instrumentations. Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you, he didn't have an instrument clearance coming out of 34th Street. There's no controllers there. And they will have records if he did file an instrument flight plan, which I doubt that he did. So that's the main things that the investigators will have to look into. His qualifications, whether the aircraft was qualified to even fly in instrument conditions. And once he took off and he got into the clouds, which I understand were only 400 feet above the ground, he could have gone into instant, what we called inadvertent IMC, which is instant meteorological conditions, and lost his orientation and ended up on that building.
And could that be explained then why he was in this no-fly zone, Al?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, most of the aircraft, most of the helicopters flying up and down the river fly under the visual flight rules. If you need to cross from east to west or west to east, flying up either river, the best path is to go over Central Park, where you could have an emergency type of, if you had an emergency, you at least had the park to go into. If you hit an emergency, mechanical emergency by the rivers, the best thing to do is go into the river. It's the safest thing. Not in the buildings, because it's just, as you see, there's no place to go.
Yeah, but that's, again, if he's disoriented, we don't know what was happening inside that cockpit, whether if it was a health emergency, a mechanical problem. There were reports of the pilot and at least witnesses that saw the helicopter before the crash, that it was flying erratically, and also the call from the pilot saying that he was experiencing trouble. So we just hope to piece the pieces of this puzzle together as we await the NTSB to arrive there on the scene. As far as dismantling, Al, this aircraft on top of this building and getting it back down, what type of job is that? Do you see any sort of issues that could arise?
Do we know what kind of helicopter it was?
I'm sorry?
Do we know to make it a helicopter?
Yes, it was an Augusta A109E.
Yeah, that's a pretty big helicopter.
Used for executive purposes, we were told.
wow, that's going to be. They could probably disassemble it up there, but they may have to. They may have to airlift it off of there, and that's going to. It's going to be a project to get it down. Or
there's a
what
picture
they
of the helicopter.
Could do is get some kind of lifting device up there, and lower the parts down piece by piece. To the street, to a truck.
Pretty big, guys.
That
Pretty
would
big.
probably be the safer way to do it. With some kind of, a winch and rope type of situation or chain situation, take part by part up on the roof, and then lower it to the ground.
We had very strained and very. No, we don't.
Right, we saw this already.
We think it was going back to its home. To the street. Hold on, one at a time. Hold on. Right. Can you speak to the complexity of this response in the measure you had a fire?
Okay, we saw this already.
I just want to start.
Let's end this now. All right, so essentially what we're looking at is possibly a helicopter pilot that got disoriented, landed in a no-fly zone. You're not supposed to have helicopters in that area. So that's the only thing that might be a little bit shaky about this, is that he landed in a no-fly area where you're not supposed to fly helicopters. So that's the only thing that looks a little shaky. Hello, Flamingo Mary. Good to see you, Mary London. Hi, Zelda. Good to see you, Guy Heyman. I know you've been here the whole time. Hi, Sonia, Paper Angel, ASMR. Hugs to you. Good to see you. Anyway, so a helicopter, an executive helicopter crashed on a building in Manhattan, on a high-rise building. If you watch my replay, I did the whole news conference. I broadcast the whole news conference. So that's available here on my replay. If you're not subscribed to me, check out my channel. Go to my Twitter, go to my Instagram, go to my Facebook. It's all there, dutyron.com. And you can also check out everything that you need to check out on all of my social. So I share everything onto the social media. All right, guys, I'm gonna run. Love and respect. My prayers go out to the pilot and all affected, his family and his loved ones. So I say my prayers to the victim here in this helicopter crash. One person killed, the pilot, no others injured. Everybody is out of the buildings and safe. There is no terrorist activity. That's coming from me, the retired NYPD detective, Duty Ron. Wishing you guys all a good one. I will update you at 11 p.m. Eastern time on any new developments. Good day, everybody. Good night. Good afternoon. I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love.